Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. So in this video I'm going to be building a small bedside table for my bedroom. So the timber that I'm using here, this was some of the leftover timber that I used for my kitchen bench. This is spalted beech. So um, as you can see, I'm actually going to cut the circle out with my Ryoba. So this actually caused a little bit of controversy over the internet, or rather my very small part of the internet. I did have quite a few comments. Most of them were quite positive, but there was a couple of not so positive ones. But anyway, I was kind of curious if I could actually cut a full circle out, because I've never cut a full circle out with a Ryoba saw. And as you can see, I did actually do it.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push the pause for relief.
So here I'm just putting a bevel on the edge, and this is just to make the edge seem a little bit thinner than it already is. I did actually try this with a draw knife, and I wasn't really having a lot of luck with a draw knife, so I just ended up using my number 4 plane. It seemed to work really well. I come across after the number 4 with my spoke shave, and again this worked really well.
Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat in the sun. Someday I will see the whole deal through. Today I've got better things to do.
I worked my way around the edge of the table, and I just created a little round over. I could have done chamfers or something like that, but I just really felt the need to do a round over, which I feel turned out rather well. So here I'm just doing a little bit of hocus pocus, jiggery diggery. Sometimes geometry can baffle my head, but this is actually quite simple once you get your head around it. I'm just laying out the placements for the legs, so the legs are you know, the equal distance all the way around. Draw myself a little triangle, and then I can start marking the sight lines, which are like kind of 90 degree or in the middle of the triangle is probably a better way to say that.
Be the cat in the sun.
So now I'm just drilling for the mortise holes. I've got my bevel set to 15 degrees, and the bit I'm using is 5/8. This is quite a standard size for me when I do anything like this.
Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle back and mess around.
So after I have drilled the holes, I then ream the holes. As I'm reaming them, I just go backwards and forwards and use a bit of a template. This is just a square stick with a conical tenon on the end, and I use this just as a reference. I put it in, and I present the bevel, and this just gives us a better eye, and I can see where I am with my angle.
In the sun, someday I will see the whole deal through. Today I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone. Be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun.
So I start shaping the legs. I start with the conical side first. I don't know why I do this. It's just kind of, it tends to be me first choice for some reason. Basically, I start off with the draw knife, rough best part of it out. And then I go with a coarse setting on a spoke shave. And just work my way down to a fine setting. So once I've got it close enough, I start taking a bit more off where the conical tenon's going to be. Obviously, I use a Veritas dowel maker or a tenon cutter, as you can see now. And I had to go backwards and forwards with this, take a little bit more off because it was catching on the Veritas cutter. Next up, I drilled for the stretchers. This was nice and easy. Just as you can see, just get the drill lined up. I did use the sight lines to help us here, and basically the height of the drill just determined where the stretchers were going to go. Pleasing on the eye to me where the height was, and it's nice and easy to do it this way. I've used this technique quite a few times. Obviously, if I wanted a different place, I could have put some packing underneath, some offcuts of board or whatever. So once that was done, basically went back to the shave horse and made myself some stretchers. Exactly the same process as how I've made the legs. So here I'm using the drill and the sight lines to basically mark out for the centre hole. Again, nice and easy. You can't really go too wrong doing this. That's why I've done it. So something I didn't mention before was the fact that the material that I've used for the top is just a little bit shy of 30mm. So when you're making any sort of staked furniture, it should really be kind of, in my opinion, it should be 50mm or 2 inches upward. And because of this, when I was actually test fitting the legs, I actually split the top. So here you can actually just see us making some dovetail keys or bow ties. Basically, I just fit them in. I didn't use a router for this, or at least I didn't use a electric router. When I fitted these in, it did take us a bit of time, but it is more than possible to do it without an electric router. I have got a router. It's a bit big and bulky to be doing something like this, but I did get there in the end.
Soft, turn the key and cooler on. Push the pause for relief. Free pass, you don't even have to ask to be the cat someday I will see the whole deal through.
I'm just putting a slight little chamfer on the edge of this bow tie, and what this does is actually helps the bow tie to go in to its corresponding hole, and it doesn't damage the timber. It goes in nice and easy. I actually do the same with dovetails, regular dovetails that is.
Today I've got better things to do. Okay, to leave a little bit undone and be the cat in the sun. Be the cat in the sun. Set aside every empty spreadsheet line and loosen up on the grind. Simmer down, settle
So
back.
when I was dry fitting the legs, this is exactly what I was doing, which made us split the table. So if you're going to use a thin material, not like you should, be careful that you don't split it like I did. Next up, I add the wedges to all three of the legs. Then I just give the top a bit of a sanding down. With the top being figured, sometimes it's better for you to actually sand the piece rather than plane it or use a card scraper on it. So I went with a sander this time. I took this into my house, into the living room. So my living room is a known straight and level floor. So I used that floor just to level things up and put the marks on. And obviously when the marks were on, I brought it back to the workshop and cut the legs to correct size.
Mess around. Be the cat in the sun.
I then add a little chamfer on all of the legs around the bottom, and this is just to stop the legs from splitting if it ever gets pulled about, which it shouldn't. Finally, add the finish. This is just the Sam Malouf finish, what I used on my last build, just because I've got some left over, and it is actually quite a good finish. I really think it's good, and I'm probably going to use it moving forward. That's it for this one, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think of the builds, and if you haven't already, give us a like, subscribe, and until the next time, I shall catch you guys later.